Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 12. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. When the episode first opens up, Shamia is hanging out at the house and Kelly comes over. Here goes Shamia talk about, hey, best friend. And girl, now I know that that's something that she normally does do because I've heard her say that on her Instagram and when she opens up her videos. But, ma'am, let's focus on ourselves for a minute, okay, before we go ushering in a new BFF. I'm just saying. Now, she did say that she feels like the reason why she uses that phrase is because she feels like you can find a best friend in anyone. I beg to differ. You got to watch people, honey. And really and truly, I feel like I like Kelly. Don't get me wrong. I like her bubbly personality. I think she brings fresh energy to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But also, I feel like she goes wherever the wind blows. Okay? I really do. If she gonna blow that way, if the wind blows that way. And people always talk about Cynthia, but Kelly is a more upbeat, loud flip-flopper. Honey, and she ain't fooling me. Moving forward. So they sit down, they start talking after they pop these bottles. But Shamia, why are you taking this dang on bottle to the head like it's a Colt 45? I said you could take the girl out the hood. And move her to the hall, but you cannot take the hood out the girl. That don't make no damn sense. I said, why is Shamia drinking that drink like that? That was a fool. So anywho, they sit down and start talking about them going on a girls trip. So she's like, I think we should get away. This is Kelly. And we should have fun in like the Caribbean waters. And I want you to guess, do you want to be my co-host? And Shamia said, well, it just depends on where we're going. She said, okay, take a guess. It has beautiful blue waters. Baby, Shamia said the Maldives. Ma'am. Now I see how you and Portia held on as friends so long. Baby. Ooh, child, the educational system has failed. Do you hear me? So finally, after 69 guesses, Kelly tells her that they're going to Grenada. So Shamia was real excited and whatnot because she told me she's going to go down there and get her some sea moss. Since they've been adversely affected by a hurricane, they decided to provide some relief to them while they're there. And I love that. I love that. So I think that that's going to be something really special. So we'll see how all that plays out. Kelly brings up going through her divorce and she needs a break. She's like, I need this trip. I need to get away because this is like emotionally draining. I have been getting a divorce for 2.5 years. So they flash back to her around with her family saying that she owes the attorney $158,000. You know what? It is super expensive to divorce someone, especially when the other party is high conflict. Trust me, I know. Okay, my last 6 checks have gone to my attorney. It is very, very, very pricey. And if you got big bucks and they don't want to let those big bucks go, then you get a bill like $158,000. That's not abnormal. It's really not. Okay. So then Kelly tells Shamia that she's just feeling overwhelmed and to be a mom and an entrepreneur and then do this. And she's trying to hold it all together. Here goes Shamia. I completely get where you're coming from. And you're going to get through this when we're in Grenada because we deserve this. Shamia, girl, how you going to make this about you? This is about her. I'm talking about some we deserve this. Girl, bye. Moving forward. In the next scene, Portia and her posse, they looking for yet another house. Maybe Portia going to look for a house if she don't do nothing else. Oh, child. Portia said, I ain't got nothing else to talk about. Y'all want to go look for a house? This takes me back to season 6 when she went to go look for a house when she was divorcing Cordell and her mama didn't want her to move out. She wanted her to stay there with her. I mean, I feel like Sunshine Anderson. Heard it all before, but your lies ain't working now. And we done already seen this, okay? Synced it, heard it. And you know what I feel like season 16 is, y'all? And y'all just bear with me for a minute, huh? Y'all ain't doing nothing else. If you're doing something else, then just hold on for a second. Season 16 is a bunch of scenes and episodes that are remixed. We have seen each and everything that they're doing. Nothing is new under the Atlanta sun. I feel like we've done the sit downs between the friends. I feel like we've looked for houses before. I feel like we've gone through divorces and heard the speeches before. I don't know. I just feel like it's giving rinse and repeat, but maybe that's just me. So they're looking through the house and whatnot. The house costs $4 million. Miss Diane talking about, I think I'm going to sell my house and move in here. No, ma'am. You got to keep that house. Okay. That's y'all's safety net for when Portia quit yet another man. So you got to keep that house. Please do not sell that house. So they sit down. They start talking about her, getting anxious. And Portia's like, it's just so much going on. And so she says she's getting anxious because court is coming up. I completely understand, P. Willie. I understand. Now, she says she doesn't want to be left out in the cold like she was last time because she didn't even go to court last time. She was just like, whatever Cordell wants, he can have it. Just leave me alone. So then they play these flashbacks. Girl, you better go and find you a house because the way that Simon is the way he is super vindictive. She starts telling them about the trip that's coming up. So Lauren said, are y'all all going to stay in the same house? So Portia tells Lauren, well, me and Shamia, we met, girl. We did it, the drama and whatnot. It's cool. So now they just have to tell the other ladies that they're cool. But aside from that, baby, that flashback to that Stepford wife that Portia was talking about, I want to cook his meals. Oh, my God. Baby, Portia said, Cordell is at work at the radio station. Girl, bye. Child, this is a mess. In the next scene, we see both Kelly and her doggy Cha-Cha. They're getting facials and whatnot. Baby Nanas must be selling all the waffles. Do you hear me? $158,000 to the attorney and facials for the dog. Baby, that damn dog would have to go outside and roll around in some regular mud. Okay? Mud after it gets through raining outside. You're not getting no damn facial and I owe him $158,000. You let Greg borrow $10,000? Absolutely not. So then we see Shamia and she's doing a radio interview with Big Tigger, at V103. So she's shading Drew about Drew's music. Girl gone. She's doing this interview talking about Drew is just, singing about things that she hasn't done. Like she's sitting here saying she speaks 5 different languages. And you know what? If I were Drew, I would say to that, thanks for listening. Okay. And for learning the lyrics. It's giving you a fan, you a fan, you a fan. I appreciate you. Okay. It must be in heavy rotation if you can sing it on cue. Is that why Portia thought you were Drew? Because you going around humming Drew songs? Oh, okay, girl. Moving forward. Now, dang on well that people do not likely do everything that they sing about or rap about in their songs. If that's the case, everybody be locked up. Girl, bye. In the next scene, Brit is back, child, and nasalier than ever. Hey, girl. So her and her husband are talking about an event that she's having for Bare Naked. She's doing a Polo Classic theme for her get-together. She says she wanted to open this at the time that she had her insurance agency, but now that her license is on hold, she has time to work it out and she has time to work on it. And it's something that she loves. Now, the line is shapewear that mimics you being naked because it's so seamless that when you have it on, you feel like you have nothing on. And I was just like, girl, what in the chat GPT prompt is this, honey? It just sounded so fake. But girl, okay. The two of them talking kind of get on my nerves a little bit. So I went to go get a refreshing beverage. Moving forward. Over on the other side of the A, Angela and Charles are going over to one of her investment properties and things are not going well. Somebody bought his house. If y'all are under the sound of my voice, honey, please go over there and buy one of Angela's homes. Because Angela said that the houses are not moving. And on top of that, she says she's about $2 million in debt. But her side note, Angela, girl, you look so pretty barefaced. We got barefaced. What we got? We got the barefaced, the bare naked, the go naked. A theme. I love a good theme. Atlanta is keeping with a theme, honey. Angela looks so fresh. But she was also dressed like an extra in a Chingy video. Girl, what in the world? You better rep for the 40-40 club, honey. Low-rise jeans and crop tops all 2025, honey. Angela is bringing it back. Do you hear me? Now, I ain't gonna lie, though. That body is tea. She looking like she could be her daughter's sister. She really did. I said, okay, Angelina, you better show them. I'm 43 to be exact. Well, happy birthday. You older than my oldest brother. So anywho, they get in the house, the empty house and whatnot. She's talking to Charles about how it hurt her that her mom is getting her own place. And she starts tearing up about what her mom told her happened between her and Charles. Now, she didn't really listen to Charles' side because she was pissed at him at the moment. But now hearing her mom talk about it, you know, she feels like she owes Charles an apology. Now, she asked him for a hug. Y'all know how Charles be doing, child. Acting like he could not be bothered. Charles, stop. Get on over there and hug your wife. And Angela, I want to say this to you. My condolences to you on the loss of your mom. I am so sorry. I know that she was introduced to us just for a brief moment, but she did make an impact nonetheless. So then she starts telling Charles about Brit having an event and how she extended the invite to the both of them. Charles said, oh, okay, y'all ain't seeing eye to eye, so I ain't got to go. Honey, I know that's right. Now, Charles told her, well, you know what? When we get there, you can just speak to Brit on behalf of the both of us. Okay, so I don't have to speak to her. As shady as she was, I wouldn't go. But I know that it's a cast thing, so they have to be there. But, okay. But I want to say this. This is just a side note. This is neither here nor there. It's just a side note. I wish they would stop showing that cringy Cheez-Its commercial with Phaedra. I do not like that commercial. I'm like, please, with the rehearsed reads of it all, honey, please with that. Now, we can move on past it, but it just kept coming up. And I'm just like, oh, gosh, please release me from the Cheez-Its. In the next scene is the day of Brit's Country Club Classic. Now, I must say, the aerial view that they showed, the venue is beautiful. That is the aerial view. Okay? This before we get in that thing. But the aerial view of the venue was beautiful. So they show Brit and her husband, and they're walking around checking the venue and whatnot. But even the producers wanted to know, girl, what does shapewear have to do with golfing? Okay. And Brit is somebody, it doesn't have to do. It doesn't have. I'm like, okay, I don't have time, child. Please don't ask her no questions. Get in there, get your golf shoes on with your fascinators. Child, just get in. Okay. I don't want to hear nothing about it. So she's there. She's looking around. Kelly arrives. Then Shamia and her labels, they arrive as well. Hey, y'all. So Brit is telling them that she wants to give the ladies a taste of her life. Now, I thought this was so funny because she said, Brit looked at Shamia. She said, what do you think about my event? There was absolutely no signage, no nothing. Okay, mind you, they standing on the curb. Shamia said, I like it. I just want to know more about it. It's giving nothing. Okay. So anywho, she starts telling them that she wants to give the ladies a peek into her life. Ma'am, please. And why are y'all wearing fascinators to go over there and golf? Out there playing on these people's green. So then she makes Kelly and Shamia go over there and golf in these fascinators. And Kelly was like, you know what? It just seemed like her neighbors didn't even know her. Girl, because it's probably an Airbnb. I ain't seen them sit down somewhere real yet. Kelly all outside on the green hollering and whatnot. I was like, this is a tacky mess. This is truly embarrassing, honey. Y'all are dressed for a horse race. Y'all out here golfing. It's giving Kentucky Derby meets Tiger Woods. I don't know. It was just very weird. It was giving a little weirdo. So then Portia arrives. Hey, girl. She sits down and she's like, do you know? Because it was a lady sitting there named Paris, who is Brit's friend. And she said, do you know what this event is about or what the product line is about? And the lady told her it may be makeup. Okay. Shout out to Every Hue. So the producer says to Portia in the confessional, you and Brit have surprisingly similar names. Now, Portia just listens to respond, honey, because they was trying to put you up on game. But before they could even do it, here go Portia. Excuse me. I have had my name for 10 plus years. You going to put some respect on my name and put the re in front of it. You going to put some respect on my name. Yes, girl, we know that you've had your name for 10 plus years. That's why they're saying that. To let you know that somebody is mimicking your name. Is it a coincidence? Girl, is it a coincidence? You too busy answering. You ain't trying to listen to what they trying to tell you. Child, just as dingy as the day is long. Over on the other side, Angela, Charles, and Drew, they arrive next. So, you know, everybody's speaking to each other. It seems like everybody's playing nice and hugging. And you know how they do those double kisses on Housewives. Hey, girl, you look beautiful. Mwah, mwah, and all that old fake stuff. So they get ready to go inside. But before they do that, I was like, okay, Charles, honey, go inside. Because last time Portia spoke to somebody's husband, she ended up in that lady's pool smoking her hookah engaged to her man. And I don't care how y'all try to twist it. I really don't. Get on inside, honey. So Portia was, asking Brit, like, what are we going to do next? So Brit told her that we're going to go inside and have brunch. And then she's going to do a presentation on bare naked. Here go Drew talking about, well, I don't know what it is. Maybe there's going to be some naked bears, a little bit later on. But, I'm there to support whatever a woman wishes to do, even if we don't know what she does. But the fact that they had that damn naked bear in the corner dancing, I said, who is in charge? This looks like some graphics I might put up. Who is in charge, honey? But Drew, I got to be fair all across the board, honey. Let me get you together real quick. Now, I don't care for Brit at all. But girl, nobody knew who was dropping it with you when you were dropping it with Drew. Marlo got on that damn website and it said error message 404. So therefore, and thus and such, y'all always faking businesses on here. She by Sheree ain't upstarted yet. Drop It with Drew has been dropped. Now we over here singing in the background. And then you have the bare naked of it all. And we don't know what that is either. Child, a fool. So they go back inside. Brit is trying to figure out, why is everybody sitting down? Okay, what is going on? Everybody's not supposed to sit down. Now, what was supposed to happen is only the housewives were supposed to be seated with placemats and plates. And everybody else is supposed to be standing. Mind you, these people are dressed in their Polo Classic finest. They know the cameras are going to be here. They're supposed to be standing and eating light bites. Girl, what? Let me tell you something. I know you didn't use these people as seat fillers. If you didn't have the budget to feed extra mouths, then do not invite extra people. So now everybody's sitting down with no food. So then Brit sits down and she tells the ladies, the event planner, she messed up and she put down plates like everybody was eating and they were only supposed to have horse divers, honey, aka hors d'oeuvres, and just be drinking. And baby, this is giving Raphael de la Ghetto. Baby, this is ghetto. Now the housewives got to secretly eat. Portia talking about, I'm going to eat mine so fast they ain't going to know what I had. Portia, please. Girl, bye. Baby, this event is pieced together with popsicle sticks and Elmer's glue. This is a damn mess. Ma'am, who does not have enough food for an event? And why did you even invite other people? You should have just invited the housewives. That's it. They better be glad Kenya is at the house. Because if she were not down to more manner and she was in this establishment, she would have a field day twirling around shading this event. Baby, she would have a field day. So she got up to speak her speech about what's going on. And then she gave the ladies this box with her shapewear in it. Now, Shamia let us know that there was no tissue paper, no nothing, honey. Just balled up the shapewear and threw it in the box. I said, baby, not the box being bare naked as well. Ma'am, you couldn't get yourself together to get some tissue paper? They got that down at the $1.25 tree. Girl, what is going on? Child, y'all could have had this at the house. That Airbnb you was renting, y'all could have had that in the backyard. So then she's passing them out. Everybody's looking at their sizes and whatnot. Y'all tell me why she gave Angela an extra large. Angela. They are so nuts. Angela got in a confessional. She said she probably got it confused with her toothbrush for her big ass mouth. Baby, when I tell y'all I hollered so loud at that, because why can't I see that lady with an extra large toothbrush? A fool. Moving forward. So then Brit starts telling them, that the reason why she started this is because, she had a BBL down in Miami and whatnot, and they gave her something ugly to wear, so she wanted to come up with something nicer. Brit gets up to go and speak to Angela, right? Angela and Charles. And she's trying to be, I guess, cordial. Angela said, I'm just happy to be here. And Charles does not have a side baby. I said, well, damn. Angela, you couldn't ease us into this? Brit said, yes, and I'm not one of Charles's pros either. He said, I don't mess with pros. Well, they say you got pros in different area codes. Honey, shout out to Ludacris. That's what they were saying about you, Charles. Now, I didn't personally say it, but that's what the people is saying. And as this was going down, I was just like, oh, wait, this is a disaster. So, baby, now they sitting there looking at each other in the face. For whatever reason, I guess everything's all good. And they're like, no, we're fine. We're good. But I was with Portia. Are y'all sure? Because what is this? Not y'all just got through shading each other and then you talking about we're good. But one thing about Angela, you might think you good, but you ain't good. So please be on high alert. Okay, because you ain't gonna know when it's coming. Oh, but baby, it's coming. So they both want to move forward. So I guess that's what we're going to do. And then Drew thanks Brit for the invite. So she was like, I just want to thank you for inviting me, but I feel like we should have a conversation. Here come Kelly talking about, yeah, and when you do have the conversation, make sure you're telling the truth in the conversation. Drew said, always, girl, please get to know me. Kelly, have you even had an original thought yet? Now, I like you, but it's giving follow the leader. Who told you she was a liar? And then you got in a confessional and said, I don't know much about her except that she's a liar. Well, then why are you speaking on her then? You just going with what everybody else talking about? Don't do that. You're too old for that. Okay, get to know her for yourself. And if she comes out to be a liar, then she's a liar. Then they show this whole, Michael Jordan thing where she said that Michael Jordan was her cousin and whatnot. Listen, anybody who believed that Michael Jordan was her cousin, y'all crazy. Because y'all know that man is not that woman's cousin. That would have been came out seasons ago. I just want people to point out a few of Drew's lies. Like, give me some concrete evidence so I can be with y'all. Because right now I'm not with y'all. I just feel like one person said it and then y'all took it and ran with it and everybody's just saying it because it's the cool thing to do. I just want somebody to pinpoint the lie. So then Shamia says, she's a verified, bona fide, certified liar, 1000% liar. I'm surprised her nose isn't growing. Drew Nokio. Shamia, girl, that is laughable. Because you are best friends with the Pinocchio. Girl, bye. Go on with that. Drew said, I'm just trying to figure out who's the real Kelly. Because it's like sometimes she's this way and then when she gets in front of other people, she's another way. Yeah, she is. It's giving follow the leader. And I don't want that for her. I really don't because I like Kelly. Baby, Drew is clocked in this episode. Do you hear me? She said, I'm going to sit down at the table. I'm going to speak my speech. I'm going to take on every heifer. If y'all got something to say, I'm going to own it. And that's just that on that. So then Brit comes over trying to see what's going on because, she looks for confrontation. What's happening? Girl, go sit down. Okay, you could be blowing your nose or finding something for these people to eat. You do not need to be over here trying to figure out what's happening over here. Go down there and get some of them Popeyes $5 big boxes. Put them on plates and serve the people. Right now, you don't need to be over here. So Angela turns and tells Brit what's going on. So then Shamia tells Drew, I'm trying to figure out how I caught a stray with you calling me a lapdog. So Drew straight up told her, she said, girl, it was because you took things back that were not true. And I appreciated that she told her the real. She said, you're going back and twisting my words to stay in Portia's good graces, and I don't respect that. Ooh, child. I agree. You know what? I don't think that Drew meant it the way that Shamia relayed the message. I just think she tells stories more provocative and exaggerated than they are so that Portia will be like, Shamia always got my back. But I don't think that she was saying it like that. I just don't. Now, Shamia thought that was harsh. And Drew said, well, I meant it to be a positive thing. Shamia was like, girl, that was not positive. Girl, bye. The whole time, Portia just sitting there not saying nothing. So then Drew was like, she got all this energy for me, but she don't have no energy for Portia. Drew told her, listen, I own that I said it. Okay. And calling you a lapdog is what I did. But it wasn't to hurt you, but I was hurt. So then Shamia said, no, ma'am, you can kiss my Balenciaga wearing derriere. You think I'm finna just be cool with you because you owned it? Now, Drew wants her to listen. Shamia's like, I'm not listening to Drew. Drew is steady trying to explain why she said it. Now Shamia is barking like a dog, telling Drew to kiss her. She was like, I'm not about to listen to you. Roof, B. And she called her all out her name or whatever. Shamia, baby, you are being so corny, cringy, and ridiculous right now. It reminds me of when Drew took out that dog bone and threw it on the floor to Fatum. Some things don't land. It's just corny. And she ain't wrong. And did y'all notice how Portia was just sitting there letting you fend for yourself? She didn't say one word in your defense. Kelly is ready to jump in anytime somebody says, but baby, they don't even get Brit all the way out. And Kelly is jumping up in defense of something. Portia just sat there and let you, fend for yourself. But as the heifers are fighting, shout out to the media table, honey. I saw a lot of YouTubers in the building. Shout out to Bingeworthy, House of Aaron, Crystal XO. Okay, girl, I see y'all. But shout out to y'all. It was good seeing y'all in there, child. Shamia, to you, girl. Why are you barking? Why? Why are you barking? I mean, the behavior was lapdog adjacent, waiting for a treat. That's what it was giving. And I feel like you could be decent, Shamil, but it was giving lapdog. Drew said, how old are we? She said, you mean in dog years or human years, Bit? Drew said, well, you're acting elderly in dog years. Girl, what? What are y'all talking about? We need some real readers on here, honey. You're acting elderly in dog years? Oh my gosh, honey. Somebody call in the cavalry. We need some real heavy hitters, some real readers. What is this? Baby, this is not it, honey. You know, Cynthia is there and whatnot. Hey, Cynthia, honey, and her nerves bad because she signed on to be a friend of. She didn't know she wasn't going to know none of the heifers. And she's like, y'all need to get it together. Okay, goodbye. So Brit stands up and she tries to get them together by giving some kind of speech. But baby, they got fed up and they fled with them fahas. Do y'all hear me? That was a damn mess. Moving forward. In the next scene, Drew and her manager are at someplace. I don't know where they are, but they're officially signing her record deal. I know I got a record deal. Ain't nobody never heard of me. Baby, shout out to Nene. Okay, Drew. Congratulations, baby. Congratulations. So Drew is telling her manager that she doesn't know if she can continue with Dennis, especially with all this stuff being said about her behind her back. Like she wants to lay down with his hot dog. So she FaceTimed him. Dennis, you ain't slick. Okay? I noticed you only had half your face on the phone. Half on, half off, so Portia won't get mad you was filming again. And you ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling me. I said, baby, not the half face on, half face off. So she FaceTimed him and she was asking him about what's being said about her trying to, go to the studio and drop some beats, but have sex with him so that the studio session can be free. He said it was a bold-faced lie and studio session time will never be free. Of course it won't. So you need to tell your child's mother to stop perpetuating that lie. So then the entertainment lawyer came in. She inked the deal. And I'm so happy for Drew. I really am. And I got to give it to you, Dennis. You really accelerated the process for Drew. And you got results. This right here, you are really doing it for Drew. Okay. In the next scene, Portia goes over to Phaedra's house. Hey, girl. From the medicine to the mess. I am personally not enthused by the return of Phaedra high-class Parks. But maybe that's just me. So Phaedra is back. So freaking frack are back together to wreak more havoc. They sit down. She's in the confessional. She's talking about, y'all were looking for me. Here I go. I wasn't, but hey, girl. And not them acting like this was a huge surprise. Girl, we knew you was finna come over there when you didn't show up down to that reunion for Married to Medicine. And with social media, nothing is a surprise anymore. So it took the steam from behind it. It really wasn't a big moment like everybody anticipated. So Phaedra is saying that she's back where she belongs. She's home. So then she brings up season 9. Okay, but I wish they would have talked about it a little bit more. They show these flashbacks of when Phaedra first started in 2010, where she didn't know her due date, to the present day. And it feels like she's reading a script about the adversity that she faced and all this. I was like, girl, anyway, you told, in Andy's words, a megawatt lie. You could have damaged someone's reputation and their livelihood. Talking about they want to set that lady up to be rugged. That is crazy. And truth be told, you should be at the funeral home and off my screen. But that's just me. Now she's like, I regret how I left the group, but he who is without fault cast the first stone. Ma'am, quoting scripture ain't gonna work for me. Okay? And don't think I forgot. It's not gonna make me forget. I'm sorry. That's a cop-out. I don't want to hear that. That has nothing to do with you repeating rumors about people getting rugged. That has nothing to do with that. But okay. So then they get out of the confessional because, honey, it wasn't giving nothing. Her and Portia are sitting down. They start talking. Portia is filling her in on the girls. So then she brings up Kelly. Phaedra's like, oh, she's so tiny, like a little garden gnome. And I love little people. They're my fetish. They're actual people. They are not collectibles. Child, we still problematic, I see. Child, that is just pure D ignorant. I was like, why did y'all keep that in? Not her talking like these people are not real people. They're your fetish. Okay, child. So then Portia tells her that Kelly is best friends with Brit. And Phaedra said, oh, Brit Edie. Oh, she's a woman about town. Basically, Brit done been with everybody. Okay, Brit for everybody. That's what Phaedra said. That's not what I said. Brit is never beating those allegations because now here come Phaedra with the same thing. Now she said that Brit had more bodies than Willie Watkins. Where's Willie Watkins? Baby, Willie is a star. Anywho, when they put that little circle up there and he said, I'm the Undertaker, baby, I hollered. I said, baby, not him coming in when they talking about Brit. So then she brings up Shamia. She told Portia that Shamia comes down to her showroom often. She's like, yeah, Shamia's good people. Baby, Portia brushed right on past that. Did y'all notice that? She said, yeah, she's good people. Anyway, do you know Drew? So then Phaedra said that she did know Drew, but she didn't know her well. And here go Portia lying and savalizing her name. They satellite you. They fabulous you. Why are you lying on this lady? Why are you lying on her? Talking about, she's working with my child's father, right? And sitting on his hot dog. Quit lying on that woman. It's not even cute and it's not funny. Okay, baby, Drew better than me. So she better than me. And Drew's resume is long, honey. So I'm sure she's familiar with Drew. Here go Phaedra talking about, I thought she liked tacos, not hot dogs. Who cares what she eats? As long as she's no longer hungry. How about that? Now check that. Leave that lady alone. You here 5 minutes and you talking about some rumors that you done heard. So that's how you got off here last time, spreading rumors about stuff you done heard somewhere else. Girl, bye. So then Phaedra was like, well, I heard that Charles Oakley was married and his wife is on here. Now, according to Phaedra, she didn't know nothing about no Angela. Okay? I said, Angela, get ready, honey, because Faye is in the building. So then Portia tells Phaedra they're going to Grenada and she wants her to go. And they FaceTime the host, Kelly and Shamia. And of course, they were down for her to come. I was like, okay, girl. But why you call that lady, Phaedra, the secret wife of Charles Oakley? Why did you call that woman that? And as soon as she said it, the only thing I could think of was The Secret Life of Pets. Now, I have a younger child. So, baby, we be watching all the cartoon movies. And as soon as she said the secret wife of Charles, I instantly thought The Secret Life of Pets. And, baby, I cackled. I said, now, Phaedra, now this you're on point with. Because, baby, that was funny to me. And that was the end of the episode. This episode was so weird. I don't know. It didn't flow properly. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It just didn't flow properly to me. It was entertaining. I mean, I kikied and they got into it. But it was just, I don't know. But I'll be back next week. Y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. And I will catch y'all later. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.